Do you ever feel as though you're stuck in Groundhog Day? Eat, sleep, work, repeat. Are you enjoying the experience of being alive and making the most of your trips around the sun? Well, if you want to live more fully and connect more deeply in your relationships, here's a super tool. Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Helene, clinical psychologist and relationships expert. Today I'm going to explain the pleasure percentage. This concept can help us understand how much of our daily life is actually pleasurable, not just productive. Let's face it, we're a society that's obsessed with getting things done, checking off to-do lists and feeling like pleasure has to be earned only after we've achieved certain goals. Today, I want to show you a simple way to prioritize pleasure for yourself and your relationships. Explaining the pleasure percentage concept. Imagine this. Every activity in your week contributes to either productivity or pleasure. The pleasure percentage is about measuring how much of your week is filled with things that genuinely bring you joy and relaxation, not just the things that you have to do. And we're not just talking about sex or intimate relationships. This can be anything that makes you feel good. The goal here is to stop seeing pleasure as a reward and start seeing it as a necessary part of daily life. When we prioritize small, consistent moments of pleasure, we not only prevent burnout, but also feel more connected and inspired. How to calculate your pleasure percentage. All right, so here's how you calculate your pleasure percentage. Number 1, list your pleasurable activities. Take a moment to think about what brings you joy or helps you unwind. Is it reading a book, having a coffee with friends, going to a yoga class, or maybe cooking a meal you love? Write down everything you do in a typical week that makes you feel good. 2, track your time. For 1 week, keep a simple log of how much time you spend on each of these pleasurable activities. Try not to overthink it. Just jot down how much time you spend in hours or minutes. 3, total your pleasure hours. Add up all the time you spent on pleasurable activities over the week. For example, if you spent 1 hour at a coffee date, 2 hours at the gym, and 1 hour getting a massage, you'd have a total of 4 hours. 4, calculate the percentage. Now, take the total hours in your week, there are 168 hours in a week, divide your pleasure hours by 168 and multiply by 100 to get your pleasure percentage. For example, if you spent 5 hours on your pleasurable activities in a week, your calculation would look like this. 5 divided by 168 times by 100 equals 2.98%. This would mean that only about 3% of your week is focused on pleasure. Reflect on your result. Once you've calculated your pleasure percentage, take a moment to think about the result. Many of us might find that our pleasure percentage is surprisingly low. When I first tried this, I realized that only about 2.5 of my life was focused on things that truly brought me joy or connection, which was a real wake-up call. Increasing your pleasure percentage. So, how can you increase your pleasure percentage? Start by intentionally scheduling moments of pleasure throughout the week, just like you would any other commitment. Block out time for things that recharge you. If you find that seeing friends helps you unwind, schedule a coffee date. If you feel more relaxed after a yoga session, prioritize that time. Remember, these don't have to be huge time commitments. Small, consistent moments can make a big difference. Even 15 minutes of cuddling your partner before bed can start to add up. The benefits of a higher pleasure percentage. Why is this so important? Prioritizing pleasure positively affects our mental and physical health. When we build pleasure into our routine, we reduce stress, prevent burnout, and feel more connected and inspired. You'll likely find that a higher pleasure percentage helps you to enjoy sex and intimacy more, as you'll be in your parasympathetic nervous system, or your rest and digest, more often than your sympathetic nervous system. So, try calculating your pleasure percentage this week and see what you discover. You'll be amazed at how much more balanced and fulfilled you feel. Thanks for joining me. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on relationships, mental health, and living in joy. Let me know in the comments, what's one small thing you'll prioritise this week to boost your pleasure percentage? Until next time.